Good evening and welcome to another special playoff edition of WCSN. If you're watching this, that can only mean one thing. The Cats have advanced in the state playoffs into the quarterfinals and are taking on North Little Rock Charging Wildcats in an epic showdown that you won't want to miss. Coach Wood will be here as always, plus we will catch up with Blaze Witchen and Cole Bowen, two of our senior leaders and impact players on this Wildcat football team. Today is Friday, November 22nd, 2019. It's quarterfinals and the Wildcat Sports Network starts right now. There have been 3 times where the Harbor Wildcats have had losing seasons: 2006, 2014, and last year, 2018. Yet a fun fact is that despite the disappointment, it ended in 06 and 14, the following year's teams came back to have very good records. In 2007, the team went 10-3 on the year. In 2015, the team went 11-2. Could history repeat itself? We'll have to find out this upcoming football season. The 2019 Springdale Lady Bulldog basketball season will go down as one of the more memorable seasons in Bulldog history, largely in part because of a player by the name of Marquisha Davis, setting school records in USA Today Arkansas Player of the Year. Her story of humble beginnings to now as a collegiate athlete is one to be remembered. As a senior, wide receiver Micah Seawood was set back by an injury earlier this football season. Yet instead of putting his head down and pouting about it, he decided that he would become that one encourager for the Wildcats on the sidelines. As basketball season is just getting into the heat of things, we decided to take a look at the Lady Wildcats' leading scorer, a freshman who wants to prove herself among the elites in one of the toughest conferences in the state. As the Springdale Public Schools athletic director, Wayne Stellick has proven himself as one of the most passionate leaders in the state. Motivation and dedication has given him the opportunity to make an impact on each and every athletic event throughout Springdale. Welcome back to the Wildcat Sports Network pregame show. Here we are with the men's varsity coach, Coach Bowen. Coach, you guys had a good win against Heritage Tuesday night. What were some of the takeaways from that game? Here we are with the man that needs no introduction, but in case you didn't know him, he is Arkansas Teacher of the Year semifinalist Joel Lukadu. Mr. Lukadu, will you just kind of tell us about the honor just of receiving the semifinalist award?
So obviously baseball and softball getting ready to get started. And we're just now ending the state swim championships were last weekend, and track. We had 2 Harbor athletes that won state championship. We had Kinley Hall, who won a triple jump and long jump state championship. Only a sophomore is Kinley Hall. And then Ruben Reyna won the 3,200 meter state champion. Just kind of talk about the success for Harbor beyond just basketball and baseball. I mean, we can do it in track and swim as well. And going back to basketball, obviously you were part of one of the greatest teams in Arkansas Razorback history on that coaching staff with Coach Nolan Richardson. 1994, they won the national championship. What do you think is the biggest key to winning close games and to coming out on top in playoff games like this week for Harbor?
Welcome back. Here we are with Cole Bishop, the player of the game. Cole, you had 15 points, 5 3-pointers, the most you've had all year. How were you able to get so many 3-pointers tonight?
Thanks, guys. I was able to sit in the field house and listen to a little bit about what the coaches had to talk about to their players at halftime. Coach Wood specifically talked to the offense, said 2 out of 3, a good job to them, a solid job. But he said he can't turn the ball over. That turnover is crucial before halftime, set up for Little Rock Central to get that field goal. Another thing was saying they're plussing the box, which means they're getting a lot of guys inside on the box. They're holding up that run in the middle. And so Coach Wood said we got to beat them from the outside. And he said we can. And he finished by saying if we score every other time, we win this football game. So definitely confidence out of Coach Wood. And as well from the defense, I was able to listen to the linebackers a little bit. Gabe Baker said they won't score another point if we do our job. And so doing their job is just what the Wildcats need to win this football game. Donald?
Welcome back to Wildcat Sports Network. Here with Coach Bowen. Coach Bowen, the girls are down by 1 at the halftime. But right now, let's talk about last game. Friday night, you played against Bentonville. You really were close in that game. A lot of guys played well, but weren't able to come out with the win. Will you guys talk to us a little bit about that game?
Blaze, thanks for joining us and good luck tonight. Now tonight's matchup will be the deciding factor in who will more than likely move on to play Bentonville in the semifinals, barring an upset from Little Rock Catholic. I was standing on the sideline last Friday night to get the inside look on just what the Wildcats are doing to ensure they extend their season just a little bit longer. Here's the story. Our final story of the day is one of inspiration as we look at an athlete with an origin story right across town at Springdale High School who has now taken her talent to the collegiate level. Marquisha Davis is a 6'1" guard and current Springdale record holder of points and rebounds in a single season. With over 1,000 career points at Springdale, Marquisha averaged 21 points per game and 10 rebounds per game as a Lady Bulldog. She recently took her talents to the Arkansas Lady Razorbacks, where she continues to develop her skills. But more importantly, she's an inspiration not only for Arkansas athletes, but female athletes across the nation. Her humble beginnings set her on a path for success, and with guidance of Springdale head coach Hunsucker, she developed into a whole new type of athlete. I made the trip down to Fayetteville, Arkansas, home of our Razorbacks, to bring you insight as to where Marquisha is at now and what we can expect from her in the future. Here's the story.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Wildcat Arena. We've got a great matchup tonight between the Harbor Wildcats and the Springdale Bulldogs. A nice crosstown rivalry between Springdale and Harbor. Joining me right now is Mr. Blair Cartwright. There'll be one thing about the opposing team. We'll talk about them real quick while we're trying to get these lights on. From Bentonville, a key player that we won't see tonight, but who we expect to see next time these two teams play, is Braden Freeman. He is out tonight. I believe he has a knee or ankle injury. He won't be returning for another few weeks. So, my prediction is senior forward Colton Simmons. We've watched him the past few years play for Bentonville as those lights come on. Tavari Eckwood getting the crowd hyped up. Watch out for Colton Simmons. I think he's going to be their best player. Our Wildcat boys basketball team took on Bentonville in their conference home opener on Tuesday night against the Tigers. Let's get to the action. Juwan Boyd starts us off in the lane, drops it in with the swish. Garrett Peroni now driving all the way to the hole, finishes at the rim for the Cats. Our Lady Wildcats traveled down to Cabot, Arkansas as a 2 seed in the West as they took on the North Little Rock Charging Wildcats in the quarterfinals of the state volleyball tournament. Let's get to the action. The Cats were up early as Elizabeth Fuentes' ace right here helped the Wildcats score 13 in a row in this first set. Another rally here between the Wildcats. There it is, Faith Donnell with a big block for the Wildcats to help them continue to maintain their lead. A great rally here between the two teams as Kaylin Coons puts it in the corner. Charging Wildcats continue to battle back. But here it is, Kyler Greenlee finishes off a big point for the Harbor Wildcats. Wildcats are going to push it again. Buchanan up to Boyd. Boyd says hand down, man down. Drains a 3 for the Wildcats. They cut the deficit to 7 points here in the fourth quarter. Lawson Jenkins is now with the Jeep 3, as Donald Tucker would say, from downtown Springdale. Although he's still not 100%, Micah Seawood is a game changer for these Wildcats. And when he does come back fully healthy, the league better watch out for this explosive star. For WCSN, I'm Nick Luttrell. Having to sit out most of the season due to AAA transfer rules, Torrance Farmer has learned a lot, including how to be a better teammate, as well as just how quickly the game can be taken away from you. For WCSN, I'm Nick Luttrell. For these students here at Harbor High School, they see it as more than just some class they take, but something bigger. Something that will not only help them prepare for life after high school, but a lifetime full of education and insight. For HBWN, I'm Nick Luttrell. What motivates you? For Coach Stellick, it's not about the money. It's not even all about winning, but it's simply about serving the athletes, parents, and coaches of the Springdale Public Schools. For WCSN, I'm Nick Luttrell. Marquisha's story of success is one to be admired among the future of girls basketball players. And although the story of her humble beginnings brought her to where she is today, her journey is far from over. For HBWN, I'm Nick Luttrell. Conference play is starting to wrap up, and it looks like it's going to come down to the wire. Be sure to tune into our sister station, WCSN, for all live coverage events. For HBWN, I'm Nick Luttrell. Well, for Superintendent Dr. Jim Rollins and Athletic Director Wayne Stellick, I'm Nick Luttrell. This is Jared Park. Big win for the Wildcats today at Van Buren. We'll see you next week.